Hello there, and welcome back to more Crash Bandicoot for the PS1. Yes, this series is continuing. I've just been a bit busy as of late. Astrobot for the PS5 came out, and I'm like a huge fan of 3D platformers, so I had to play that. I haven't actually finished it on this day or so, as today is, let's see, it's the 18th of September 2024. Well, goddamn. Yeah, I'm yet to finish Astrobot, so I'm enjoying it a lot so far though. Currently, it's my game of the year, but the only reason why is because it's the only new game that's come out that I've played this year. Like all the other games that have come out and stuff, and now I haven't really touched any of the new releases. So yeah, I don't know, you never know. The new Zelda game coming out, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, that might take the place. It's just a matter of just seeing how it goes, I suppose, really, isn't it? Oh, the color for this one is also a bit more, well, it's not really tweaked. It's basically the same as the last episode. It's just nice to see that it's accurate. For me, if there's a slight bit of color or so that looks a bit off, it's really going to bother me. Not to the point, though, where I'm just going to be like, right, that's it. I'm going to restart the whole bloody project and stuff, because, my god, that was like a huge mistake or so that I did with Klonoa in 2017. Yeah, bloody hell, one cutscene, because of one cutscene not playing, I was like, nope, that's it, scrap the whole thing. I'm gonna replay the whole game again just to get this cutscene, even though I could easily just grab a clip of it online. I don't know, I was hell-bent and stuff back then, but things are a lot more different now, aren't they? It's also been a while since I've seen this footage, so in ways, it's kind of new to me, because I'm sort of like, I can't remember exactly what I did, but I'll cut to the chase and stuff if it needs it in places. Oh, I do like the music though, the heavy machinery. I think this one's like an absolute bop. Like, the whole soundtrack to Crash Bandicoot isn't amazing as such, besides the main theme and a couple of goodies here and there, but majority of the time, it is like experimental. I mean, number 2 and number 3, you know, went far and beyond for the soundtrack, but I do still respect what they achieved and stuff for this. I think the composer for this was like Josh Mansell or Mutato Mizuka. One of the two, anyway. I think it's most likely like Josh and stuff, but we'll have to see. Alright, how did I do on this bonus round? I know it sounds really weird for me saying this, considering like I have played this, you know, this is like post-commentary, if you will, but seriously, like last time I saw this was ages ago, and I thought, bugger it, you know what, I'm just gonna watch this. So it's almost like a sort of a semi-blind reaction, I suppose. I have no idea. Either way, we'll just see how it goes. I've just noticed how pixelated the trees look in the background. Oh, yeah, I also do remember as well that when I'm bouncing these boxes and stuff, you know the little pitch that plays? I think that's about as high as it goes. It's quite incredible how high it can actually go, to be honest. I only thought it went up, like, I don't know, maybe about, like, five times or so. Or actually, no, I suppose technically it would be 10. Because you have to bounce on the boxes 10 times. I don't like the fact that in Crash 1 and in Crash 2, you have to bounce on those boxes 10 times. 10 is too much. I much preferred it, you know, number 3, where they changed it to 5. I know it's like only 5 less, but trust me, honestly, it's way more convenient. Because I don't know if you noticed or not, but sometimes there will be moments in like my footage where I just can't be asked. I just cannot be asked to bounce in the boxes because I'm just like, oh, fuck it. It takes way too bloody long. I mean, if you think, right, if you get like 4 of them, you essentially have to do it like 40 bounces. It's insane. Oh dear. I also don't really know if I got the invincibility and stuff on this. Oh, I did. Wow, fuck. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I'll just see how this goes, particularly for where I haven't really seen this footage in a while. I just thought, bugger it. I'm in a talkative mood. You know, I got back from work. Everything's all done. Everything's all set for the next day. I want to talk about Crash Bandicoot for a bit. I mean, I did literally just come out of a session as well of Sonic Rush for the DS. I don't know why, but out of nowhere, I've... No. This came to me out of nowhere, really. I was just sort of like... Man, it's been ages since I played through Sonic Rush properly. I'm pretty sure I've done a stream of it one time. I thought it was 2020. But no, I think it was like in early 2021. That was like on the DS and stuff as well. Which is what I'm currently going through at the minute. I think in ways I'm wanting to revisit it to see what I truly think of it. Because that's what I've noticed in that I'm doing with games. Like, the ones that I'm not 100% familiar with. I'm going to revisit those in my own time to give myself like some familiarity and stuff. And then maybe from there I can make like a series out of it. Again, though, not making any promises. That doesn't mean, you know, the next one is definitely Sonic Rush or anything like that. I'm just going to see where the hell my mind goes for this. And, yeah, play it by ear, essentially. Oh, yeah, plus there's, like, bouncy things here as well. That usually means, though, that I'm near the end of the level. Anytime I get to this segment, it's like, oh, yeah, of course. The end is coming close. Plus 32 lives? Oh, yeah, of course. Because the saving... Yeah, even though I got all those bloody lives. Because as soon as you turn the bloody, like, console off, yeah, it just reset. It's like, what's the point? Although it does help you out in the moment. You know, because, oh, man. Especially, if you're just trying to get through a level. Because if it's your first time and stuff, if you've got, like, limited lives, yeah, man, it can be a pain in the ass when it kicks you all the way back to the start. Which is why, you know, the remake's better. Really. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of. Because it does still kick you back to the start anyway. But, you know, at least it does save, like, immediately afterwards. Like, you have the choice. In this one, it's not really the case. Oh, this is Cortex power. Oh, man, this is a weird level. So, like, I remember, actually, in this, I'm just gonna, like, breeze through this level. There's plenty of boxes and stuff you can get on this. But I'm just going to avoid them. Because, see, here's the weird thing, right? Getting all the boxes requires, like, a coloured gem. I forget which colour exactly. But I'll cover that when we go back to this. Later on, because that's what I'm going to be doing in this playthrough. Because, I mean, that's how I usually play Crash 1. I do my best through the levels, and then I backtrack and then grab the other gems. That's just usually how it goes. But yeah, in this one, I'm just literally going to be skipping a bunch of stuff. We'll see this level more properly a lot later on. But when we do, I feel a bit indifferent with this level, because, see, what throws me off is, like, the perspective. Perspective and stuff is really weird. Like, you got like a top-down sort of thing. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricksy, knowing where you're going, especially when you're trying to go back. Going forward is not really that bad, but it's just going back. Going back's the one it's a pain. Also, it also had this as well in Crash 2. Not really too much though. There was like one level I remember where backtracking was a little bit of a pain in the ass. It was one of the B levels, I think. Yeah, I can't remember the name for the life of me. Oh, fuck. Oops. Oh, shoot. I forgot that happened. That was a bit of a fuck up, wasn't it? I decided to cut here because, I mean, I thought that bugger, you know, cuts out like a couple of seconds, doesn't it? There you go. I do it that time. And see all these boxes? I go, like, I bounce on this. Okay, and that's one. And I just said, fuck it. I'm not doing that shit. Oh, man. Anyway. Yeah. What level we got next? Again? Generator room. Generator room. Oh, yeah, that's the one with the weird, face. Innit? Of course. You'll see it immediately. There it is. Just Cortex's face staring at you. I think this one looks a lot better than on the remake. The remake had, like, this sort of just looping thing where it looked like Cortex was glitching. At least this seems more menacing. It feels like he's actually, you know, keeping an eye on me and stuff, and it comes off as, well, quite mysterious in a way, really. I do love some of the atmosphere, though, in this game. Oh, what the heck? Oh, okay. Thinking what the hell was going on there, man. yeah, sometimes weird stuff like that can happen. I mean, it's the first game in the series. It's not really going to be the most polished, you know, but they did achieve quite a lot for it, I will say. Oh, what's interesting as well is, like, for the remake of this, the soundtrack was, like, remade. Some of them are good. Some of them are just, I find they lack the charm. In fact, I'm pretty sure I brought this up one time, saying about it when we went to one of the ruins levels. I didn't really like the atmosphere that it gave in the remake. But stuff like Toxic Waste, that's like a massive step up. Like, oh my god. That's going for, essentially, I think, what maybe the composer was intending for it to sound like, but they could only work with the limitations and stuff, you know? There are some really interesting, like, what's it? Remastered versions of soundtracks. Like, if you really like the Donkey Kong Country soundtracks, there's this dude online on YouTube, I think his name is like Jammin' Sam Miller or somebody. Yeah, he's basically grabbed the tracks and remastered them. So I think he's used like the original like instruments, but just made them sound a lot more clearer. And it sounds like on point. I do still like the original, you know, SNES compression of the songs, but it's nice to hear like the remastered ones, and they sound really clear and freaking like decent, you know. So there is that. You can actually also listen to some tracks as well from the Crash Bandicoot series and Jak and Daxter, where it's like uncompressed by the actual composer. Like, yeah, the original versions of these tracks and stuff exist, and they sound really different. The same for what's it, Grant Kirkhope. Yeah, the dude who made like the soundtrack to Banjo-Kazooie and stuff, except I think the only ones that I managed to find which were uncompressed were tracks from GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. Let me just say, you know, like the iconic sound that it almost sounds like some sort of like concrete pavement thing slamming on the ground. It's like an iconic noise in GoldenEye. Hearing that uncompressed, it's like, whoa. It's like super impactful. I mean, it was already impactful enough, you know, on the hardware itself, but yeah. You know, the weird thing, I'm pretty sure it was like this year or last year, I started GoldenEye for the N64, and for whatever reason, I just stopped. I can't remember why. Maybe it was because I didn't understand one of the missions. So if I hit the mic there. But, I'm not really too sure, to be honest. I find, though, that with Perfect Dark, I don't know about you guys and stuff, but I do kind of prefer, like, playing the XBLA version. Reason why is because it's, like, it's in widescreen, and the frame rate is so much better. So much better. Like, oh my goodness. Because I did try playing it on the N64. I streamed it one time, like, I can't remember what bloody year it was. Maybe 2019 or something like that. I can't remember, but, yeah, I did stream that. And I was like, I'm going to try the XBLA version. I tried it. I'm like, wow, this is like night and day. You know? Like, the idea is now for the N64. But, I don't know. In this day and age, now I'm just sort of like XBLA. But that's mainly just for Perfect Dark. In terms of like Banjo-Kazooie and things. Yeah, I prefer it on the N64. I thought that was quite optimized quite well, to be honest. But anyway, yeah. We are now going to face... No, we're not. We're gonna do another level. Sorry, it's just where the door said it had like pinstripe. I thought that's immediately what was gonna go to next. Alright, this is the one where I was saying like the soundtrack and stuff for this is remastered quite well. Because it's got more of like a metal feel to it. Instead of, well, whatever it is on this, really. It still sounds pretty decent, though, for what it is. The weird thing, though, is that I usually am okay with this level. Like, every time I've played this, I've managed to get through it without dying once. Yeah, for whatever reason on this one, that didn't happen. It was just a little bit like, what? Seriously? So I don't really know particularly what happened there. I'm also quite close as well to, what's it again, a bunch of extra lives. So that's cool. I find though that there's not really much to say, during moments like this. Because, I mean, well, it's like, you know, it's a straight path. I'm just going forward and I'm doing the things and clearing the level. I mean, I suppose I can, like, branch off on other topics. It's what I was doing earlier anyway, wasn't it? Man. You know, I really need to play Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time at some point again. Because I played that back in 2020 and for some reason I said, like, oh, it's my game of the year and it's one of my favorite games ever. I had a habit of always, if a game really impressed me from, like, you know, first impressions, I was like, oh, this is one of my favorite games ever. It's like, that's a bit far. You can't just say the game is good. Because the amount of stuff that I have said where it's like, oh, it's one of my favorite games ever. And I rarely come back to it or anything. The only ones that I can really say that when I say that, it is true, are games like, you know, Sonic Heroes and Sonic Adventure 2. Those ones I always come back to. I play them a lot, and I don't seem to get tired of them. So that's cool. But saying stuff like that for Crash Bandicoot 4, where I didn't even, like, play it, you know, fully to 100% or anything like that. I just played the normal story. I can't really say that. All I can really say is just, it was good. It was a good game. Don't need to go any further than that and say it's like one of my favorite things of all time. The same, though, can be said, though, for Banjo-Kazooie. Because, like, Banjo, that's game I return to, fine. I think that's probably why I'm also, you know, revisiting games at the minute. Hence why I was doing, like I was saying, Sonic Rush earlier. I'm trying to get familiar with it and see what I truly think of Sonic Rush. Which, I mean, I suppose I would have done that on the stream anyway, but it's been so fucking long, I can't actually remember what the bloody hell I thought of it, you know? Not to mention that because it was on a stream, that means that I wasn't exactly fully focused on the game. I'm talking about Klonoa 2 Lunatea's Veil. Goodness me, when I streamed Klonoa 2 Lunatea's Veil, I did that in the most weirdest, worst way possible, in my opinion. Like, oh my goodness, I'm sure Klonoa 2 has a really deep storyline. But the problem is I was going through a phase where I wanted to capture the footage raw so then I could edit it and, you know, keep an eye on the timer during the stream to make sure the episodes weren't too long. And it was just like, oh, you could just, you know, relax, just play the game. So that is an utter shame. What I need to do in my own time is actually revisit that to see what I truly think of it. Because I'm a huge fan, right, of Klonoa Duel to Phantom Arm for the PS1. I love that game. It is so goddamn good. Like, my god. If I played that as a kid, that would have been incredible. You know? But, like, yeah, for number 2, I don't remember much of it. Yeah. Probably because half the time I was just too concentrated on, like, how do I sound? You know, is the episode okay? Is everything stable? Goodness me. Honestly, talk about breaking the immersion, you know? So, yeah. That's something I'll do at some point. Bear in mind, I played, like, the Switch version as well. I played the Switch version from the Phantom Reverie series or something. It was the remakes, anyway, of, like, 1 and 2. But I actually have access to the PS2 version now because my partner got me that. And that is incredible. Because I've always wanted to play the PS2 version. So, yeah, I gotta do that at some point. Give it a proper look and stuff. Okay, now this is the actual proper boss. Pinstripe Potaru? Was it Potaru? I honestly have no idea in the world how to pronounce this dude. But, right, so the concept of this guy is pretty cool. Like, he shoots, you hide, and then you hit him, but honestly, once you know what to do, this boss is... It's just alright. You know? I thought the koala boss was a little bit more engaging, because you had more stuff to watch out for. Like, there is a bit of a rise in difficulty, I suppose, but I don't know. It's more just the setting and what you do that makes this a bit better. And yeah, when he's reloading his gun, that's when you just go back and hit him also. Yeah, it's pretty basic stuff, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I couldn't really seem to land a hit there for some reason. I don't know why. Just, sometimes when I'm playing through games that I'm familiar with, weird stuff happens, you know? And there you go, that's Pinstripe Root. And so marks the end of the episode. So I guess I will see you in the next one.